everyone, I'm Laura. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I would love you to stick around and consider subscribing. I would love to have you as a viewer. So in this video, I am going to share with you some of my tips that I have learned along the way, as I am a mother of two children. I have a 7-year-old, I have an 11-year-old, and throughout the years, obviously, they have had illnesses and sickness bugs and all of that good stuff. So these are just a few tips that I feel like I've picked up along the way, and I thought I would share with you. So as a mother, particularly as a new mother, it can be pretty daunting. So my number one tip is do not panic. I feel that when my son was born, I would go into a little bit of a frenzy and worry that something terrible was going to happen and it was a terrible illness that he got, when actual fact it was probably just a cough, a cold, a sore throat, or maybe a tummy bug. So the first thing is to rationalize the situation and understand that it will probably pass, and to stay calm. My second tip is to always have a thermometer on hand so that you can be checking your child's temperature. The normal temperature for babies and for children is 36.4. Anything over 38 is considered to be a fever, but I would check with the doctor, obviously, if you are concerned, but always have that on hand just to help you out, just to monitor the situation. Number 3, keep your child well hydrated. If they've had maybe a tummy bug or they're struggling to keep down their fluids, it's quite important that they stay hydrated. Number 4 is to always keep a well-stocked medical box or cupboard. Things like Nurofen for kids, Calpol, these are a great way just to keep those symptoms at bay and to try and manage them at home. Check with your doctor, and obviously always use them as per the instructions on the back. Also, just a disclaimer, I am not a medical professional, but I am a mum, which I feel over the years you learn pretty fast. When your children are poorly, you learn little tricks that will just help you make them more comfortable, because being poorly is pretty miserable, isn't it? So my next tip would be, once you've established obviously that they are poorly, I would maybe offer them a warm bath or a shower to maybe try and get rid of any bugs that may be on their skin. Fresh pajamas once they're out of the bath or the shower, and change their bedding if you possibly can. This all helps towards keeping those bugs at bay and keeping everybody else in the house safe, and hopefully trying to prevent them from picking up the bug. Now, my next tip is, if your child has a cough and they are maybe struggling to sleep, or it is keeping them awake, in our house, we tend to always have a little bottle of Vicks Vapour Rub to lather it on the bottom of both of their feet, pop some socks on, and put them into bed. And I don't know what it is about it, but I do find that maybe 20 minutes to half an hour after that, you may find that it has subsided quite considerably, or it has stopped completely. Just gives them that little bit of respite to get some sleep and some rest. My next tip is to keep them in a cool, airy space, either in the bedroom or the living room. If you're finding that the area is quite stuffy, you may want to open a window. Just crack a window open a little bit to let the air flow in. Obviously, we want to get rid of those bugs as much as possible as well. My next tip is lots of movies. Let them have the iPad, and lots of stories, just to take their mind off being poorly, because, as I say, it's pretty miserable being poorly. Just to take their mind off it and to make them as comfortable as you possibly can. So my next tip, which I feel is probably an obvious one, but lots of TLC, lots of cuddles, lots of love, just to make them feel better and to feel safe, and so that they're not panicking or worrying about being ill. Because even as adults, I feel like sometimes when we're ill, we can worry ourselves. So it's nice just to have that level of comfort. And my next tip is, if you have maybe small children or a child that does like to do crafty things or to colour, maybe get yourself a tray and just fill it with some pens, some paper, maybe a bit of glue and some crafty things, and just pop it in front of them so that they can sit up in bed and maybe when they're feeling a little bit better, it might just perk them up a little bit. And I feel like all those things, those movies, those crafty things, if they're up to it, help them just to feel a little bit better. So that is all my hints and tips. I hope they're helpful. I know as a parent, when your child is ill, it's so daunting and so worrying sometimes that you can go into a little bit of a panic. But most of the time, these things do pass. Most things are just a childhood illness, which we all know they do need to get to build up their immune system. But we all feel that little bit of panic, don't we? Because when the children are ill, the days are long anyway, but when your child is ill, it is a really, really long day. It's not nice for the parent, it's certainly not nice for the child. So these are just a few tips that hopefully will help you to combat those worries. Hi, Future Laura here. Sorry, my battery died on my camera, so I just wanted to do a quick outro to say I hope this is helpful for you. We all go through the same worries as parents, don't we? It's a pretty scary time. And thank you for watching. As I say, please like and subscribe if you're not already. I would love to have you as a viewer, and let me know if you like these kinds of things in the comments so that I know to do more. And I'll see you soon.